Peruvan Saranai. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Peruvan Saranai. Good evening, Venerable Mahasangha, Sahales and brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Today we will be moving on to a new topic, Vipāka Tika, Resultant Triplet. So as in other triplets, we have three terms under Vipāka Tika. Vipākadhamma, states that are resultants. Vipākadhamma states that involve resultant states, causes of resultant states. And Nevavipāka, Vipākadhamma, states that are neither resultant nor causes of resultant states. So first we'll look at Vipākadhamma, states that are resultants. So what does Vipākadhamma means? It means the results or the effects of either the good or bad karma, the moral or immoral, wholesome or unwholesome actions. And what we must remember is that the results do not occur immediately. It takes some time, and it is only when they have reached a level of maturity that they will manifest. So this is the simple diagram that describes what I just mentioned. So when someone does a wholesome or unwholesome action, that becomes the cause for a future effect, which is the Vipāka, the resultants. So these are two words of which I found in the Dhammapada from the Pāpavagga, verse 119 and 120, which is in keeping with Vipākadhamma. So I'll just go through the meaning of it. It may be well with the person who does evil, as long as the evil has not yet ripened. But when it ripens at some point, then only the evildoer will see the painful results of his evil deeds. And similarly, it may not be going so well for the person who does good, as long as the good has not yet ripened. But when it ripens at some point, then the person who does good will see the pleasant results of his good deeds. Therefore, we must always remember, if we do an evil deed, although we do not get the results immediately, at some point it will ripen, and then we will have to pay the penalty of those deeds. Likewise, don't hesitate to do good, thinking that no good will come out of it, because you don't get it immediately. But at some point, when your deeds ripen, you will be able to benefit from the results. So this is a diagram that depicts the different types of consciousness, the 89 consciousness. And among them, I have shaded in gray the resultants, or the Vipākadhamma. So here we have, under the sense sphere, the Kāmāvachara Dhamma, we have the rootless, 15 rootless Vipāka, the 7 Akusala Vipāka and the 8 Ahetuka Kusala Vipāka. And then we have the Mahāvipāka, 8 of them, under the Sobana category. Next, under Rūpāvachara, we get 5 Vipāka, 4 Vipāka under Arūpāvachara, and the 4 Phala Chitta under Lokuttara. Altogether, we have 36 Vipāka Chitta. Now we move on to the Nikkepa Khandang, the summary. Kathame Dhamma Vipāka, which are the states that are resultants. Kusala Kusalanam, Dhammanam Vipāka, the resultants of wholesome and unwholesome states. Here the word Kusala Kusalanam is the combination of Kusala and Akusala. They put the two words together to create the word Kusala Kusalana. So where do we find these Vipāka? They belong to all 4 planes, which are Kāmāvachara, Rūpāvachara, Arūpāvachara, and Apariyapanna. Apariyapanna is the supramundane plane. And these Vipāka are, they consist of 4 aggregates. They are the Vedana Khandha, aggregate of feeling, Sanya, perception, Sankhara, mental formations, and Vijnana Khandha, consciousness. Ime Dhamma Vipāka, these are the states that are resultants. Now we will look at the description given in Atthasālinī, the commentary to the Dhammasaṅgaṇī. Now, one may think that when it comes to kusala and akusala, wholesome and unwholesome deeds, as results or as effects, you get not only Vipāka Chitta Cetasika, but in addition, you also get the Kammaja Rupa. So one may wonder, don't we consider the Kammaja Rupa here, or the Kamma born matter? So here what we consider as Vipāka are basically the fruits that resemble the seed. So what is the seed? The seed is the Kamma, or the wholesome or unwholesome deeds. And the fruit which resembles the seed would be the Vipāka. So here we have, they have given an example of the rice seed. So when the rice seed is sown, you get a plant and there are shoots, there are leaves, you get the rice ear when it matures. All of these are produced from that seed. However, what we consider as fruit is the rice ear. We don't call the leaves or the shoot as the fruits, although they are produced from this seed. So why do we look at the Vipākadhamma in the same way? Now, if you take the Kamma, the wholesome and unwholesome Chitta Cetasika Dhamma, they take an object, a certain mental object. Similarly, the Vipāka also takes a mental object. In that way, they resemble the Kamma from which it was produced. So this is why we consider Vipāka as only the Chitta and Cetasika, and we don't consider the Kammaja, the Kamma-born Rupa, under this category, Vipākadhamma. So where would we consider the Kammaja Rupa? It would be in our next Tika, the Upadinna Tika. And under the first term, Upadinnupadānaya Dhamma, we will be taking into account not only the Vipāka Chitta Cetasika, but also the Kamma-born matter. And we will be discussing it in our next triplet. And now let's look at the description in the Atthasālinī, the commentarial chapter. Which are the states that are resultants? Katame Dhamma Vipāka. Chatusu Bhumisu Vipāko. The resultants belonging to the 4 planes of existence. Now, the difference between Nikkepa Khandang and Atthakatha Khandam is in Nikkepa Khandang, it was given as Kāmāvachara, Rūpāvachara, Arūpāvachara, and Apariyapanna. They were given separately. But here, it's condensed and it's given as Chatusu Bhumisu Vipāko, indicating that these resultants belong to all 4 planes of existence. Ime Dhamma Vipāka. These are the states that are resultants. So let's look at the analytical states under Vipākadhamma. As I showed you before, there are 36 Vipāka Chitta, and Chitta do not arise on their own. They arise together with Cetasika, mental factors. So there are 38 Cetasika that can arise with these 36 Vipāka Chitta. Those are the 13 Aññasamana, the ethically variable mental factors, and the 25 Sobhana Cetasika, the beautiful mental factors. Now, it's very easy to remember this because you don't get the 14 Akusala mental factors. So when you deduct the 14 from 52, you get 38 mental factors. Now this table gives a breakdown of those 36 Vipāka Chitta and the 38 Cetasika under the 4 different planes. So looking at the Kāmāvachara, the sense sphere plane, we get the 7 Akusala Vipāka, which are Ahetuka, and then we get 8 Ahetuka Kusala Vipāka and 8 Mahāvipāka, which are Sahetuka. And considering these consciousness, these chitta as a whole, we get a total of 33 Cetasika. That is because you don't get the 3 virati and the 2 appamanya, the abstinences and the illimitables under this category. So 38 minus 5 is 33. Then under Rupavachara, we get 5 Vipāka Chitta, and together with them, you can get 35. That is excluding the 3 abstinences. And when we go on to Arupavachara, the 4 Vipāka combines with 30 Cetasika. And why is it 30? It's because in addition to the 3 virati and abstinences, you also don't get Vitakka, Vichara, Pīti, because these are Panchama Jhana. They belong to the 5th jhana. And as you all can recall, the 5th jhana is Upekka Ekaggata jhana. They don't have Vitakka, Vichara, and Pīti jhana factors. And then finally, Lokuttara, we get the 4 Phala Chitta, and together with them arises 36 Cetasika, and that is excluding just the Appamanya. Now we move on to the second term, Vipākadhamma dhammā. So the first term was Vipākadhamma. This is Vipākadhamma dhammā. There's an added word dhamma in the middle. So these are the states that involve resultant states, or in other words, they are the cause of resultant states. So states that involve resultant states mean that the states which have their own intrinsic nature of causing results. So what would these states be? Resultants are caused by kamma. So the Vipākadhamma dhammā would be the kusala and akusala, the wholesome and unwholesome kamma. So Vipākadhamma dhammā, when we break it up, we get Vipākadhamma dhammā, meaning state possessing the intrinsic nature of causing results. So like a person who is born will eventually grow old and die. So the intrinsic nature for that person would be growing old and dying. So there is nothing that can stop that. Likewise, when a kamma is performed, whether it's wholesome or unwholesome, the intrinsic nature of it is to give rise to a future result. And that is why it is called as possessing an intrinsic nature of causing results. So what are these Vipākadhamma dhammā? They are the kusala and akusala. So here we have another 2 verses, again from the Dhammapada, Pāpavagga, verse 121 and 122, which speaks about kamma, the wholesome and unwholesome kamma. So the first one says, not to think lightly of evil, saying that it will not come to me. Just as a pot is filled drop by drop with water, likewise the fool will keep on gathering little by little and fill himself up with evil. And what will happen in the end is that he will have to experience the evil results, the bad results someday when those evil deeds mature. Similarly, you shouldn't think lightly of good, saying that it will not come to me. Even a smallest good karma will result in a future pleasant result. So again, similarly, it is only drop by drop that the water pot is filled. So likewise, the wise man will keep on gathering little by little and fill himself with good. So this chart given in red are the Vipākadhamma, the kusala and the akusala. So the far left, we have the 12 akusala chitta, the 8 lobha, the 2 dosa, and the 2 moha. And we also have 8 kamavachara mahakusala. And under rupavachara, we get 5 kusala, under arupavachara, 4 kusala, and lokuttara, we get 4 magga. And these are the Vipākadhamma, the 12 akusala and the 21 kusala. Now we move on to the Nikkepa under Vipākadhamma. Kathame Dhamma, Vipākadhamma, which are the states that give rise to resultant states. Kusala Dhamma. Now here, kusala plus akusala Dhamma is what is combined to form the word kusala Dhamma. These are the wholesome and unwholesome states. And they belong to the kamavachara, sense sphere, rupavachara, fine material sphere, arupavachara, immaterial sphere, and the unincluded, the apariyapanna. And they comprise of the 4 aggregates of feeling, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. Vedana, Sanya, Sankara, and Vijnana, Kanda. Ime Dhamma, Vipāka, Dhamma. These are the states that give rise to resultant states. And now the Atthakatha Khandang description. Kathame Dhamma, Vipāka, Dhamma, which are the states that give rise to resultant states. Chatusu bhumisu kusalam, akusalam. The wholesome and unwholesome states belonging to the 4 planes of existence. Now remember, the Chatusu bhumisu kusalam, it is only the kusala that belong to the 4 planes of existence. Akusala is always kamavachara. So here you have to take it as Chatusu bhumisu kusalam, the kusala belonging to the 4 planes of existence, and akusala, which is always kamavachara. Ime Dhamma, Vipāka, Dhamma. These are the states that give rise to resultant states. So here we get, under the analytical states, the 21 kusala chitta, the wholesome consciousness, together with them 38 mental factors. And the 12 akusala chitta, and together with them we get 27 mental factors. Now we move on to the third term. Nevavipāka, na Vipāka Dhamma. States that are neither resultants nor causes of resultant states. So here it is a way of rejecting both the first term and the second term. And here under the third term, what we get is everything that did not fall into the first 2 terms. So this is how the word Nevavipāka, na Vipāka Dhamma is formed. Nevavipāka means neither resultants, na Vipāka, nor causes of resultant states. And in this box, I have given all the ultimate realities. So let's cross out the ones that do not fall under this term. So when we say Nevavipāka, that means we can cross out the Vipāka. Na Vipākadhamma. Na Vipākadhamma would be the kusala and akusala. So we can cross out those. So what we are left with are the kriya, the functionals, and the chetasika that arise together with these functional consciousness, and the 28 rupa and nibbana. Now we move on to the Nikkepa Khandang description. Kathame Dhamma, Nevavipāka, na Vipākadhamma. Which are the states that are neither resultants nor give rise to resultant states? Yecha Dhamma Kiriya, those states that are functionals, neva kusala, na akusala, which are neither wholesome nor unwholesome, nacha kamma vipāka, nor the resultants of kamma. So they describe the functionals as neither kusala, neither akusala, nor kamma vipāka. Sabbancha rupang, all material form, and asankatacha dhatu, the unconditioned element. Ime dhamma neva vipāka, na vipāka dhamma dhamma. These are the states that are neither resultants nor give rise to resultant states. So the analytical states that we get under this term are the 20 kriya chitta, the functionals, the 35 cetasika, 28 rupa, and nibbana. So this diagram gives in green the functionals under the three bhumi, the three planes of existence. So under Kamavachara, we get both rootless as well as those with roots. So we have 3 ahetuka kriya and 8 kriya with roots. Then we get Rupavachara, 5 kriya, Arupavachara, 4 kriya. So altogether we get 20 kriya chitta classified under 3 bhumi or 3 planes of existence. Now this is a summary table of all 3 terms I put together and classified them under the 4 planes. And as you can see, under Vipākadhamma, we have all 4 planes. That is, the contents under Vipākadhamma falls under all 4 planes. Similarly, Vipākadhamma also are classified under all 4 planes. However, the last group, the Kriya Chitta, the Rupa and Nibbana, sorry, I have made a small mistake here. Nibbana has to be classified under Lokuttara. So it's only the Kriya Chitta Cetasika that are classified under the 3 bhumi. Nibbana should be classified under Lokuttara. Right, so moving back to Vipākadhamma, we get under Kamavachara 7 akusala vipāka, 16 kusala vipāka, 8 are rootless and 8 are mahakusala, those with roots. And together with them, we get 33 cetasika. Under Rupavachara, we get 5 vipāka and 35 cetasika. Arupavachara, we get 4 vipāka and 30 cetasika. And under Lokuttara, the 4 palachitta and 36 cetasika. Total, we get 36 vipāka and 38 cetasika. Then under the second term, we get all the kusala and the akusala. So the 12 akusala, they are always Kamavachara. So they are classified under the first row. We get 8 mahakusala, and altogether, with the 12 akusala and 8 kusala, we get 52 cetasika. Rupavachara, we get 5 kusala and 35 cetasika. Arupavachara, we get 4 kusala and 30 cetasika. And Lokuttara, the 4 magga chitta and 36 cetasika. So in total, we have 12 akusala, 21 kusala, and 52 cetasika. Next, we come to the third term. That means those that are not Vipāka, nor are they Vipākadhamma. That is, nor are they causes of resultant states. So here we get 11 Kriya Chitta under Kamavachara. 3 are rootless, 8 are with roots. Together we get 35 Cetasika. And we also get 28 Rupa. Next, under Rupavachara, we get 5 Kriya and 35 Cetasika. Arupavachara, 4 Kriya and 30 Cetasika. And under Lokuttara, we get Nibbana. So in total, we have 28 Kriya Chitta, 35 Cetasika, and 28 Rupa and Nibbana. The question, what are the reasons for the differences in the number of concomitant cetasika, mental factors, in the previous table? So this I would like to leave with you as a question for you to think about. So as you can see, you get different numbers of cetasika, 33 under Kamavachara for Vipākadhamma, and then 52 under Vipākadhamma, 35 under Nevavipākanavipākadhamma. So likewise, there are differences in the cetasika. So I would like you to think about this. And this is a table which I gave you during, I think, the first lesson. Go through that and you can think about the answer to that question. Yes, so now we come to the exercise as before to categorize the components of the Vipāka Tika according to aggregates, Kanda, Ayatana bases, and Dhatu elements, and Arya Satya noble truths. So since we have time, we can go through that exercise today. But before we proceed, are there any questions from what we have done so far?